Just so you know, this video is an in-depth look at the boat survey process. It's kind of technical. If that's not what you're into, check out one of our other videos.
There is no coring in this hull.
Yes! I'm excited about
On a
that.
negative note, there was no coring in the other hull, but it was supposed to have. Somebody might want to think about putting a new zinc on this before. The other thing I want you to take a look at, Nick, is if you get on the ladder and look into this through hull up here,
okay,
you're going to see it's cracked. That's the bilge pump right there. So.
Okay. Excellent.
That can be done anytime. It's obviously above the water line, but this zinc's a whole lot easier. This fitting right here is called a cutwater fitting.
Okay.
And it's made out of stainless. The appropriate term is stainless, not stain-proof or stain impervious. And this rotted out on it, so you had to put a new one in. So this is a new piece right here. It looks as though you have newer bolts going on that pad that the bobstay attaches to up there. I don't see any rust around those. Normally they're pretty darn rusty. Have you ever changed those 4 bolts out? No. Nick, as a preventative measure for you, here's what you've got. This pad right here that the turnbuckle attaches to, you've got the same pad on the top side that the headstay attaches to, and those are 4 bolts that join the two together.
Okay.
Those bolts are subject to crevice corrosion. You see the amount of rust there is around some of these nuts and bolts?
Right.
Well, the place where the rust occurs worst is where the threads are just hidden from view under the nut. And if you go through the metallurgical textbooks, you're going to see the term crevice corrosion.
Okay.
That's where they'll break, right where you can't see it up in the threads under the nut. Okay. I wrote one up one time for an island packet dealer, and the maintenance manager said, "Oh, Rick's full of shit." So, I'm just going to tighten them up. And he went up there and he broke the first one off, and he broke the second one off. He said, "Hey, Rick's still full of shit, but I got to replace it."
Oh, okay.
So you got a better 63, the last 15, 53, 48.
Look before we left. We have to go to the monuments one last time.
We got to do that, too. We've never done it. All right, I'll take it. Nick, you're gonna have to go.
Hey, wait a minute.
I just got this.
Last time I hired you, Rick.
Did you talk with Jeff about putting the zinc on before we go in?
Oh, like right now? Because I think we're pulling it back out to put it back here.
Oh, really? So you're not going to leave it in the water?
Well, I wasn't going to because right now I don't have a place to take it.
Okay.
So, yeah, I wasn't going to put it on literally right now. I was going to put it on before we go into the water.
See, I can turn the ignition to on and the alarm is not going off. You're probably, I'll make a note, clean up the contacts on that.
Okay.
Because that's your wake-up call. You know, if you got high water temperature, low oil pressure, that's the one thing that's going to keep you from running the engine until it kapooks. I tried to buy one of those ones.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What happened?
I couldn't get through to the cellar. It was a boat that had been virtually abandoned over in the Merritt Island area.
Okay.
And when I found it, I'd been in love with the 27s. Well, I was in love with the 26s. And so I tried to take a run at it, and I just couldn't get through to the owner of the boat.
It's actually kind of funny because this one was the second 27 that I had made an offer on. And the first one, same idea. Like, they just
walked away from it?
Yeah, they wouldn't even counter my offer.
Huh.
Yeah. And then like 3 weeks later, they dropped their price. So, and then I found this one, actually, which I think is a much better fit for what I like to do. But I'm pretty stoked about this one, I think.
Well, the history on this would be Bob Johnson, that owns Island Packet, had a company building very small fiberglass boats called Traditional Watercraft.
Okay.
Which is why the Island Packet hull identification is TDL.
Oh, okay.
Not IP or TDL is Traditional Watercraft. A local company that he was affiliated with, a bunch of people that were associated with the company, was the New Bombay Trading Company. The New Bombay Trading Company had their boats designed by Walt Scott. Walt Scott was a mentor of Bob Johnson. Walt Scott was a genius. Walt Scott designed the Bombay Explorer. The Bombay Explorer 26 went into production, and by the time they had 10 hulls built, the company went bust, and they sold the molds to Bob Johnson. Bob Johnson took the Bombay Explorer and turned it into the Island Packet, Traditional Watercraft Island Packet. It was simply a model of boat being built by Traditional Watercraft. The boat took off. Just went crazy.
Yeah.
So it segued. He then took the 26 and modified the lines, made the 27. And so this became Bob Johnson's signature touch to the Walt Scott design that was the beginning of things. So.
Okay.
Here to join the party, guys.
Welcome. Welcome aboard. Rick was asking where you were.
Oh, man. He's putting it on you. Rick, so this is everything Nick says, and this is how much I believe. Don't worry. Don't worry.
It looks like you only went down about 30%.
No. That's a good 99%.
99.
99.
Here that I'm loosening up. So once you've got that clutch loosened up, that can freewheel. So you can pay your chain out without having to crank it down or take it off of the Wildcat. And then that's a little pawl so that when you go to tighten it back up, and that's how that works. It does need lubrication now and again, so if you don't know the maintenance procedures on this guy, go ahead and look them up online and perform the maintenance procedures regularly. There's a little dipstick and an oil fill over on this side.
Okay.
But yeah, there's a chain drive in there, and so this is again the saltiest, wettest area of the boat.
Right.
This I'm not going to put on the report, but you can see that this got stressed like crazy. It was supposed to be a flush mount like this.
Gotcha.
It's been bent way the heck up.
Okay.
I don't see you changing that out. I mean, that's it's going to do the job that it was intended to do.
Okay.
It just doesn't look as cool as it did before.
All right.
I got it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
This
way, at the end of the day,
I thought you were going to beat me with it, Rick.
No. I've got other things for that. Or something, and then here they ran it over onto some of these stress cracks that are in the radius where it transitions up to form a little bit of a bulwark. Okay. Again, just minor cosmetics. I've got a mallet and a meter.
Rick loves his mallet.
Yeah.
You just like beating the hell out of things, huh? It's a great profession.
Being the boat proctologist.
It's not a bad gig.
No, it's a great gig. Okay, would you turn on the mast lights for me?
Got it.
The foredeck floodlight, the steering light.
So boat surveys are all about. From the two that I've seen.
Day 3.
Drilled for the screw holes, and water is now going down those screw holes.
We got a
Will
problem.
block things out. It doesn't sound bad. So,
But either fill those or screw them. Or...
Yeah, get some caulking in there. And
yeah,
screw
seal
the
it for sure.
There's the sound we don't like.
Okay.
So this hatch has got a little bit of an issue, but I mean, it's a separate hatch. It's not going to migrate to the rest of the deck. And you can literally take it off the boat and do the repair from the underside.
Okay.
Which is cool. Yeah, and you can't see it with this stuff on, but...
Basically just pull that off though and fiberglass it.
Well, pull that off and you can either cut away what's in there in the way of a core panel, or you can drill it and inject it. This hopefully is a negative, it looks to be. This is a positive. Here you wire the positive and the negative together. That makes these 6-volt batteries one 12-volt bank. But wired up to this positive side are 2 reds and 2 blacks. So you might want to get some red tape.
Okay,
And put
just
red
mark
tape
them.
over. Yeah, just so that there isn't that. And the downside for you here is that you're going to have to do what I'm doing now, just to check the fluid levels in these batteries. And they're flooded cell batteries, so you need to do this fairly often.
Yeah.
To get the lid off this battery box, to be able to look in there and decide I need some water, put some in, and then put all this back together. They make maintenance-free batteries, they make AGM batteries, and they make other parts on the boat you could stick the batteries into, like back here, and stick your other stuff up there. So you decide if you want to live with this.
Yeah, something to think about.
This is not something I'd be doing. Will it provide shed any light on this or not? Who's the show vessel? Jeff, what's this little switch over here on the side of the helm seat? The switch, right here. That's the radio. Okay.
speakers out here versus not out here.
They put a motor down here, didn't
Oh, they sure did.
What were they thinking?
Looky here.
Okay. So we need fuses on the other two.
Inline fuses.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's it? Isn't it the depth finder? He's in there. Wow. So it's like
Yeah.
not yoga. What's the one where you're hanging on the little?
Pilates?
Is that Pilates? Where you hang on the ropes?
Where they do the sliding stuff.
No, where you're on the ropes from the ceiling.
I will try standing on my head and doing this again.
Okay.
You're going to want a longer stick than this. Because you can see how
What?
far down I have to get in for this
Yeah,
to
I
do
actually
anything.
can I crawl up there? I want to see what's happening.
You can do it.
They're all up there, yeah.
It looks like there's a new raw water pump on here. Like that.
Okay.
You're going to have to get in here, and if the nipples are not long enough, as this nipple is not,
Right.
you're going to have to find a way to put a longer nipple in there so that you can double clamp them.
Okay.
And you can see right here, you see the rust on this hose clamp right here?
Yes.
Yeah, if that hose clamp breaks, I mean literally that one hose clamp could sink the boat. That's why the doubles, you know.
Gotcha.
A real good reason for it. So.
Okay.
And it is not fastened to anything.
Okay.
So the only thing that stops it from moving around in a seaway is it crashes into seacocks or pulls against hoses or pulls against its electrical wire.
Okay.
So that's got to get secured. Okay, the other thing we've got going on down here, Nick, well, two things with the AC system. One's going to be that they put a splice in the wire here
Okay.
for the pump. It's 110 volt wiring. That needs to be contained in a UL approved junction box.
Okay.
99 cents at Home Depot. But it needs to be in there so if there ever was a short and it flared up, it wouldn't cause a fire. It just flooded.
Okay. So, but just the junction, not the wire itself.
Just the junction has to be in the box, right?
Gotcha. Okay.
And the other thing we have is the air conditioner comes on with the main breaker. So it doesn't have its own breaker.
So we could potentially rewire that to have a breaker, and we should.
It needs to, because I think what you're going to find is that the main breaker is a 30 amp,
Uh-huh.
and that the AC system will need to be protected by a 15 amp.
Okay.
And so you
All
could
by
end
itself,
up,
yeah. Okay.
There's not much life left to the water. You can grab a quick picture of that. Just test.
Thank you for using the Seaco automated radio check located at Punta Gorda Marina in Punta Gorda. Seaco is standing by on VHF channel 16.
This needs to be replaced.
Gauge is bad?
Yep.
Okay.
I didn't know that until I came back to the boat and it had water in it. And I said this gauge has to be replaced.
Okay. And it looks like we used to have a 12 volt safety solenoid in here that has been eliminated.
There we go.
Can you see the amount of water that's coming out of your shaft packing land right now? Okay, yeah. Drip, way too fast. Okay.
Okay, look as serious as you can, man.
Okay, hold it. Yeah, it's been as long as you can hold it.
Bob the bagel eating turtle. That's funny.
Boy, that's a vintage sail, but in good shape. Look at it. Beauty.
Recently, a little raggy along the edge here. Traditionally, they would take this sacrificial strip and wrap it around and finish it on the other side. This looks like it's been restitched recently, but it wasn't wrapped before it was restitched. You can see all the old stitching lines there.
Right.
So you got some life left in the stitch job here, but it would be better next time to get it wrapped. Yeah. Ready to go? Ready.
You did good this time. Had we just started from zero, you'd have done okay.
Okay.
Starting from where we started with, the previous boat, you did great.
Right.
You did great.
Okay.
That was quite an expensive learning curve to go through that.
Well,
And I'm sorry that was the case.
It could have been.
Yeah, yeah. You owning that boat
I mean,
and throwing money at it would have just been disastrous.
Yeah.
This boat's got a pedigree. It's an island packet. It's in better shape to begin with. It's got an owner that cares. I don't think we found anything. Fridge work, autopilot work,
Right.
wind instruments work.
Yeah.
Well, we've got
Just
a VHF.
Okay, and the water heater's on its last leg.
Water heater's on its
but-
last leg, but it's operation.
Okay.
I turn the water heater breaker on. I watch it peg. I watch it come back.
Yep.
AC works great. Looks to be a nearly new unit.
Okay.
So in the big picture of things, you're doing well. You found a good boat in
Cool.
reasonably good order for her age.
Okay.
And the sales look to be in good order. I mean, I don't know what more you'd look for in the price range that you were shopping. This
Right.
is
Right.
really
Exactly. Okay.
better than a base hip. How's that? All right.
Thanks a lot, Rick. Appreciate it.
Okay, the heck with that.
Rick,
Thank you,
Rick's
Rick.
never hugged me.
Nor will I.
I got a little discouraged for a while there, but honestly, viewers kept me going because there were a lot of positive comments. So, yeah, on budget, has all the features. I'm really excited about this boat. I'm super excited about this boat. Pretty sure we have a new boat.
The boat life. Here we go.
That's the boat life. Thanks for watching. Tell your friends. See you next time.